On WFTV tonight, local parents are facing a critical decision when it comes to child care now that a federal funding program has ended. Only 9 Investigates uncovered a possible solution and why it may not come in time. Live next.
You don't want to just get any information. You want to get the right information. This happened last night, this is what's happening now, and this is how that's going to affect your day later on.
That way you're ready. Nothing is a surprise to you, and you have what you need for the day ahead.
Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning.
He was always smiling, and he was a very outgoing person.
He loved to joke.
A community is now hurting after a high school senior was hit and killed by a school bus.
On WFTV tonight, as that teenager is honored and remembered, we're pushing investigators for answers to figure out exactly what led up to this tragedy.
Then trash, leaks, and ignored maintenance requests. They're all issues residents at this local apartment complex say they've been dealing with for months.
The only way we can get anything fixed is by a threat or calling code enforcement.
Now Channel 9 is looking into these complaints about cut corners and absent property management.
And childcare in Central Florida, many can't find it or afford it.
This was a long-standing issue, and that's going to take continued attention for us to strengthen it.
But is the problem about to get worse?
I have to have childcare.
9 Investigates the program that just ended, which could leave many families scrambling. Plus, what's being done now to help them out?
This is WFTV Tonight.
We'll have all those stories in a moment, but we begin tonight with breaking news. 2 teenagers were shot after an argument at a sports complex in Orange County. Good evening, I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Martha Sigalski. Investigators say that shooting happening near the Field of Fame along Jason Dwelly Parkway and the 429 in Apopka. Our Daryl Matthews is live at the scene right now with more. And Daryl, what have you been able to find out?
Yeah, Martha, police are releasing very little information about what happened here tonight, but what they do tell us is that shooter is a juvenile and has been detained. Again, this is still very early in the investigation. Police tell us they did find the gun and they are actively speaking to witnesses. They do tell us that more information in the shooting should be released tomorrow. For now, we're live in Apopka. Daryl Matthews, WFTV Tonight.
And this is a story Channel 9 will continue to follow for you. Look for any overnight developments and updates on Eyewitness News this morning beginning at 4:30 a.m.
Tonight, a 17-year-old is facing manslaughter charges for selling fentanyl that killed another teen. Investigators say the fentanyl was sold in July to a DeLand High School student who ended up dying of a drug overdose. Around the same time, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office was made aware of vape pens that made a 14-year-old girl extremely sick at DeLand High School. When detectives interviewed her, she said the pens came from the same teenage dealer facing manslaughter charges. Now, Sheriff Mike Chitwood is sounding the alarm to school administrators.
And here's my message to the Volusia County schools. Either you work for your attorney or your attorney works for you. You can't do it one way or the other. There is no reason. We're seeing fentanyl everywhere. This arrest proves it.
Sheriff Chitwood said he wants Narcan on every school campus. That is the drug that can reverse a fentanyl overdose. Well, the Lake County community came together tonight to pay tribute to a high school senior who was killed on his way to school this morning.
Such a sad story. Sherman Vinoy was riding his bike to Lake Mineola High School this morning when he was hit by a school bus. During tonight's football game, that 17-year-old was honored as dozens filled the stands wearing his favorite color. Our Daryl Matthews was at the game where a moment of silence was held for the teen.
That is a shame. Well, tonight, only Channel 9 is speaking with the family of a mother of 2 who was gunned down during a fight at an Orlando complex.
22-year-old Michaela Patterson was shot and killed at the Jernigan Gardens Apartments just over a week ago. Police say it happened in the middle of the day during a fight. There is video that shows the chaos leading up to that shooting right there, which was actually streamed live on social media. Shortly after shots were fired, you can see people running and ducking for cover. Today, our Felicia Ashley sat down with Patterson's family 10 days after the shooting. 2 other people were also injured in that shooting that killed Patterson. We're still waiting to get an update on their conditions. The Jernigan Gardens Apartments has had multiple names over the years, but has continued to be plagued by violence. Criminal records show the man arrested for shooting and killing Patterson lived at the apartments and was previously arrested for pistol whipping and robbing a man at gunpoint at the complex. Over the last 5 years, Channel 9 has reported on more than 15 people getting shot there and several deaths. That includes a 10-year-old accused of shooting and killing her neighbor after a fight, and another case where 5 people were shot, including a 5-year-old.
Tenants at a Leesburg apartment complex say mountains of trash, leaks, and a pool shut down by the health department are making them think about withholding their rent. They say management at the Cypress Oaks Apartments has been ignoring their complaints for months.
The only way we can get anything fixed is by a threat or calling code enforcement.
Leesburg Code Enforcement told us they have 4 or 5 open cases against the property. They sent a crew to scoop up the garbage sitting near the property's entrance while our crews were at the property today. Someone else used high doses of chlorine to get the pool from green back to clear, but the health department is still keeping it closed. We tried to speak to the on-site management about the conditions of their units, but they waved us off. We also called the corporate office of TPI Housing and Property Management, which on their website boasts about offering safe and sanitary affordable housing. A staff member took down our phone number and said someone would call us back.
I spent so much money to come here, it's hard to pick up and move to another place. I just want my things fixed.
Cases have also been opened at the Department of Agriculture. Florida law does allow tenants to withhold their rent for lease violations like mold, broken AC, and garbage, but they must file a written notice at least 7 days in advance.
The Osceola County Board of Commissioners has approved $3 million to buy and renovate a former hotel to be used for affordable housing. It's partnering with the city of Kissimmee to get the job done. The project will be located on the site of the old Super 8 motel on West Vine Street. It will include a mix of 40 bridge housing units and 80 apartment units. It is expected to fully open to residents in March of 2025.
The numbers are in for tonight's Powerball jackpot, which is now worth more than $1 billion. Here are your winning numbers. They are 12, 26, 27, 43, 47, and the Powerball is number 5. The lump sum prize with just one winner would be over $478 million. Chances of winning, 1 in 292.2 million. Hopefully somebody won that money tonight. Thousands of child care programs in Florida are in danger of running out of money now that a federal grant program has ended. Next, 9 investigates the new push in our state to make up that money.
Plus, there's a new project to prevent future washouts on A1A coming up. One in where underground seawalls will be built to keep vulnerable sections of the road open, Tom.
A little light rain in downtown Orlando, just south of downtown, in fact, over by Universal Orlando and SeaWorld. I'm updating our rain chances the next 3 to 4 days before a cold front gets here.
Sky Witness 9 on Channel 9 Eyewitness News, bringing you closer to the scene during live breaking news. Sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
Central Florida parents are facing a critical decision when it comes to child care.
Yeah, federal money is about to run out, and as investigative reporter Shannon Butler discovered, there is a solution, but it may not come in time if it comes at all. Many of the funding partners will be okay this year, but more federal money will stop flowing next year. This upcoming session will give Tallahassee time to fix what's now being called the child care cliff.
Tomorrow, we could find out more about how Orange County plans to spend $900 million in tourism tax money. Last week, Mayor Jerry Demings sent a letter to commissioners updating his recommendations. His proposal includes providing $10 million per year for 9 years to the University of Central Florida for its updating process with those sports facilities like the Bounce House. His memo also includes funding over time for arts and cultural affairs, Camping World Stadium and the Amway Center. The mayor's proposal does not provide any TDT funding for the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. Well, a flood warning is in effect in Lake County along the St. Johns River. Recent rains have actually pushed up river levels near Astor, making residents nervous.
Yeah, Lake County Emergency Management posted about the issue on social media. In many places like Moon Fishing Camp, the water is already higher than the boat slips. The concern now is what happens if another round of heavy rain impacts the area.
Fortunately, no hurricanes coming, nothing's coming off the African coast, so we've got a couple of weeks of respite, and that's a good thing for us.
The St. Johns River is expected to remain in minor flood stage through at least Friday and possibly the weekend. Residents are urged to be prepared and to take necessary precautions. Brevard County is still drying out from major flood conditions over the weekend. Floodwaters in Palm Bay left some drivers stranded, and then there was a complete washout on Highland Road. But it's not just Brevard County. Last week we told you about flooding at Cross Prairie Parkway and Kissimmee Park Road in St. Cloud.
All right, Tom is here right now, and there were some late arriving showers in downtown.
Yeah, and we also had some smoke that traveled nearly 3,000 miles from Hudson Bay, northwest Quebec, Canada, and arrived in our skies today. It was kind of hazy.
Snowbirds smoke.
Yeah, this is from Stephen J. He's got all kinds of great photos online, and he sent us this. And normally you would think, okay, this is a sunset here, but the sun is still well above the horizon, which is here. There's just so much smoke that it just almost engulfed the southern part of the sun, or the lower part of the sun. And if you look more closely, I had to look real close, got some little splotches right here. That's not dust on your TV. Those are sunspots, which we're able to see with that beautiful sun shot earlier today. But still lots of smoke still streaming in from the northeast, so you may see that in our skies for the next couple of days. But some light rain just passing south of Metro Orlando, and this all came in from the Atlantic. It's drying up as it moves over the peninsula, but still some moderate showers here from the SeaWorld Universal area heading down toward Disney. Here's south side of the 408, and some downpours down right around the Millennia, and a little bit more coming in along our Space Coast as well, west of Cocoa. So the wet season, something that we started back in May. Normally we end it in about 2 weeks, around mid-October. That's when we start getting enough cold fronts through here that we cool it down enough that we don't get our sea breeze generating all those afternoon showers and storms that we have in the middle of summer. And usually here in just over 2 weeks, we have our first morning in the 50s. I don't have that, but I do have a cold front coming. Can you spot it? Yeah, Saturday night into Sunday, even into Monday. You can see the cool down that's coming, so hang in there. I'm a fan of some cooler fall weather myself. This is tomorrow. You still see some scattered showers coming on shore. Future track keeps our rain chance right around 30%. That means 30% of the area here will get measurable rainfall, a tenth of an inch or a hundredth of an inch or more. As we head toward Wednesday morning, still some rain along the East Coast. Could pick up a few heavier downpours there, and it likely will not be until Friday night or Saturday that we start drying things back out. Here's Baldwin Park, still a fairly brisk onshore wind, and we still have a coastal flood advisory. High tide right around noon tomorrow, so we'll have the higher water levels again along the East Coast. But over in Lake County, a beautiful day. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Here is your 7-day forecast. The weekend always in view. I'm going to keep those quick passing showers from tomorrow all the way to Friday. And then we start with a warm day on Saturday. Usually we have the warmest weather just before a cold front gets here. Sunday looks dynamite. Monday looks awesome. Greg?
All right, Tom. Crews are using sand and rock around this busy local road to keep it from caving in or flooding. Next, the permanent underground solution to prevent these issues going forward. Next.
Download the WFTV weather app. Get a localized forecast from Tom Terry. Just search WFTV. Brought to you by the Law Offices of Attorney Dan Newland.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now, 407-888-8000.
It's a privilege to be Central Florida's chief meteorologist. It's something that I take internally. I've spent the last half of my life doing this every day in Central Florida. We pool all of our resources here in Severe Weather Center 9 to give you the latest advanced warning so you can take those early steps to keep your family safe. You have to build that trust over the years, and that's what I always strive for every day. Keep building trust. I try to get every day right, and I won't stop. I'm here to keep you safe.
Rain in recent weeks has forced parts of A1A in Volusia County to actually close. It's an area that was already suffering from back-to-back hurricanes last year.
And today, our Volusia County reporter Demi Johnson found out about the underground seawalls. Officials hope will protect the road long-term from this happening again.
44 million Americans have to start paying back their student loans again. This comes after payments were paused for more than 3 years. Analysts say this could have a serious impact on the economy. The average student loan borrower pays about $300 a month. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says 1 in 5 people with student loans is likely to struggle now that these payments are resuming.
So it does feel like a even bigger burden for certain people. So there's kind of like this mix of feelings.
According to federal education data, the average student loan borrower owes more than $37,000.
New tonight, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is now battling to save his job. Florida Representative Matt Gaetz introduced a motion to remove McCarthy from the top House leadership post. It is a rare procedural move that can be used to force a vote to remove the Speaker. The motion would need a majority to succeed and must be voted on within the next 2 days. Minutes after the motion, McCarthy posted on social media, quote, "Bring it on." Gaetz's move to oust McCarthy comes after a measure was passed Saturday with Democrat support to fund the government for the next 45 days. Well, don't go anywhere. Tom is back with a look at your wake-up weather next.
Severe weather updates on WFTV are driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
All right, Tom is back and tracking some showers off the coast.
A little bit of rain tomorrow and really all the way through Friday. Nothing that's going to be overly heavy. Don't expect any more flooding from that. And we'll see just a passing shower early tomorrow. Better chance for rain for Metro Orlando will be later in the day as the rain kind of gathers offshore. Overall, a very pleasantly breezy, occasionally drippy.
Look at that weekend. Look at that.
Look at the weekend.
Look at the weekend.
How about Sunday, 82?
I'm already there. My mind's already there.
I can't wait till next Monday.
Next Monday?
Yeah, it's 80.
Oh, that's even better.
And 67.
And then I get to see you guys again.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And then Monday Night Football.
Salute to that.
See you tomorrow.